Place to go in there. We're going to hit on it all. And welcome, Brother JJ. Sister Audrey, how you doing?
What up, Jay and Audrey?
And Audrey, Seb been talking about you. That's all I'm going to say. That's, I got to
Here we go, more lies. That's what he does for a living.
Audrey knows who I am.
She knows you're a lie.
I don't lie. Audrey, do I lie? Ask the man.
You told several lies during the first half of the show, so get your life together.
Name one.
Come on, let's move on.
Hi, Kimberly.
Let's move
Hi,
on.
Jean. How are
We
you?
ain't gotta waste no time on this
Hi,
nonsense.
Doreen.
As usual, folks, we do want to hear from you in the Taking Over Radio Studios. Our live lines are open. Give us a call, 980-949-6042. That's 980-949-6042.
Absolutely. Make sure you do call in so that way you can get these tickets. Because Joan is going to be doing something great. She's going to be giving away some tickets today. Make sure that you are one of those individuals that call in 980-949-6042. 980-949-6042.
Look at JJ's
Make sure you
question.
get in. Since you have a guest, am I supposed to be nice or something? No. JJ.
Be yourself, JJ.
Be yourself. Be your victorious
Be yourself,
you.
JJ.
Victorious you.
JJ.
Hi,
You don't know,
JJ.
She can take it.
girl. I'm telling you, JJ get kind of rough and raw.
Y'all might not be
But one
ready
of the
for
most
Joan.
loyal support. Look,
Y'all might not be
I
ready
don't
for
know.
Joan.
I
Yes,
don't
the
know.
call-in number is 980-949-6042.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, folks. Give us a call. Let us
Thanks,
know what
Doreen.
you think. Let us know what you're thinking. Because we're on it. We got to get it there. You can also find us at the Icon office. Give me a call direct, 704-806-0502. That's 704-806-0502. My job is to get your life straight. That's my goal. That's what I'm trying to do for you. But if you don't show up for your life, I can't help you.
Yes.
If you don't show up for your life,
I love that.
I can't help
Yeah.
you. Okay, so you got to show up.
Gotta
you
show
be
up.
there.
That's
Gotta
right.
show up.
Be intentional, as Sid would say. JJ already said, wow, listen to that accent. JJ always have an accent. Oh, you ain't talking about me.
Yeah, some tell me he ain't talking
JJ
about
said,
you.
she ain't from around here, is she? Absolutely not. She's Jamaica mine. Jamaica mine. Of course, I'm joined by Sid because Seth's a million,
What's
Sid and
going
Bear,
on?
all three of them over
Great
there.
rising.
Looking good, got the hair going good. But now, Sid, do us the honors of introducing Sister Joan Thaxter Randall.
Yeah.
First of all, this young lady is unshakable, incomparable. I mean, just a talented individual. But first and foremost, you got to understand that she is Jamaican born, but USA built.
Yes,
I
yes,
like
yes.
that. I like how she said that, how she did it. Listen, best-selling author, speaker, life coach, survivor, and definitely an advocate for other individuals surviving within the DV circle. Right?
Yes.
I love that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
You remember
absolutely.
domestic violence?
Yes,
Yeah.
DV
Yeah.
means
Yeah.
domestic violence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For those that don't know, but definitely one of the most interesting people that I've met, and energetic
Thank
at the
you.
same time.
Thank
I
you.
love your energy.
Thank
from
you.
From night one when I was able to connect with you and talk to you, your
Yeah.
energy was huge.
Thank you.
You know
I
what I mean?
appreciate that.
And I
yeah.
love that. I like that about people that know what their
Hang on
mission
one
is
second. I'm
and
gonna
they're
put you on
about their mission.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I believe that about you, Joan.
Thank
So
you.
I would love to introduce you to our demographic. If
Hang
you
on.
guys don't know, now you know. This is Miss Joan Thaxter Randall. Super shouts out to you, Joan. Let me get that back.
Hang on, though, Sid. I got a young lady on the phone. State your name, please.
Hi, this is Doreen, Tia's mom.
Hi, Doreen.
Hi, Doreen.
Oh my God.
And tell her what you want, Doreen.
Hello.
Hello.
Doreen
What's
has a
going on?
request.
How do I get tickets to go to your place without having to actually pay for them?
She wants a ticket.
You want a ticket,
She wants
Doreen?
tickets, yeah.
I would love a free ticket for Friday.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, you want a
Alright,
ticket
you know.
for Friday? Is your daughter coming both days?
No, actually, she's up. Well, I can't say that. I know she's going to be there Friday,
Yeah.
and she's supposed to work on Saturday, and she was thinking about calling out.
Yeah, I told her to. I said call out because this is going to be the start of your next level. Yes, yes, yes. So, let's see who else we have to call in, Doreen, okay?
All right, so Doreen, we're going to write your name down.
We're going to write your
see.
name down,
We'll
and
write
then
your
we'll
name
let you
down.
know.
Absolutely.
Thank you for
Okay,
calling
sounds like a
in.
plan.
Say it again for me, Doreen.
What did you need?
No, we're just gonna copy. Take down your
Name
name
and phone number.
And give me your phone number, please, and we'll actually Don will take that information since you're right there by the phone, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Ms.
But
Joan,
definitely,
you
who
still
we
with me?
have in the studio today,
Give me your
none
number.
other than Miss Joan Thaxter Randall. Got something exponential that's going to be going on in the Charlotte area, October 5th through the 6th, Victorious
You back one
You
more time,
Conference.
make sure I
Like hand claps, everything. Listen, Joan.
Yeah.
Tell me about this. What's going on? Like, talk to me.
All right, so the conference
got it.
is
We're on with
a
that. We'll be back with you. Thank you, love. Bye-bye.
it's a conference that's based on a vision that God gave me years ago, and it took me 3 times before it really happened. 2016 I tried, it didn't happen. 2017 I had to cancel,
Monique, how about
and
you?
this year I was able to make it happen. And so I know it's the
And your
divine
purpose?
one that's putting this together. But basically what I do, my purpose in life is to pour into others.
Absolutely.
My purpose in life is to see others become victorious, is to see others succeed.
I like that.
And
And what's your number?
success is inevitable for everyone who
980.
has the mindset to get to that success. And so this conference is all about exploring, evolving, and elevating
Monique.
to your next level and
What's the last name?
activating success. And that is actually the name of the conference. It's the Victorious You Conference because that is my brand. It's
Yes.
my
Yeah,
I
nonprofit.
got you down. Thank you.
And
Get you back.
the
Let us know who wins.
theme of the conference is
you.
activating
Bye-bye.
success. And the subtopic is explore, evolve, and elevate. Because first you have to explore where you are, figure out who you are, why you're here. Then you've got to make the
Like that
change,
Blackwell.
right? To own
I
your
like that.
power.
I like that.
And then once you own that power, you can
And
do
what's your name?
whatever you want to do with owning your power because there's no
Last name?
stopping you as long as the mindset is right.
Now, I'm going to say this. Right now,
Yeah.
I see Don writing that name down. Is that Miss Jen White over there?
Yes.
Is that who you got on the line? Put Jen on the speakerphone,
Hang on
please.
1 second. Let me
Because
remember
this
something.
young lady, as well as Monique
What's your
Gilliam,
number, Jen?
were two of the young ladies
Monique
that
is
were
my
able to,
friend.
were able to meet you. So we definitely wanted them to, just say hello and whatnot.
49.
But I definitely want everybody out there
Got
to
it.
know right
Hang on,
now
put you on
that is
speakerphone.
listening to Joan that this is a conference that you need to get a part of ASAP.
Yes.
ASAP.
We
'Cause
got
matter of
Miss
fact-
Jen Ryan on the line.
Jen,
say
what's
hello.
going on, Jen?
Hey, how are you?
Oh, doing very, very well. And we definitely wanted to go ahead and put you on the line. I hate Monique actually got off the line a few seconds ago, but we definitely wanted you to go ahead and be able to talk to Joan, say hello to Joan, because Joan is going to be doing something amazing with some tickets during the show. And I know that Monique was able to connect with Joan and also you. So we definitely wanted to, let you have an opportunity to say hello.
Yeah, absolutely. And I actually have Monique here with me. We're at the office together.
Incredible. Love it. Glad that
Hi,
you two are
Jen.
together.
Hi, Monique.
Hi.
Oh my God, it's so awesome to hear you guys. Knowing that I'm on the radio show and you are on with me.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Pleasure to be here with you.
Yes.
Absolutely. And you know what? They actually are going to be doing some work with me and Culture Vista Couture. Because
Oh,
we're going to be
that's
working with
awesome.
you as well.
Yeah.
And doing some things. So I'm definitely excited about having Monique and Jen a
Yeah.
part of not only what you're doing, but also CVC, Culture Vista Couture. Now, can you tell us,
Mm-hmm.
Joan, just a little bit, who is Joan and how did you get started on this journey?
Wow, that's a great question.
Thank you, Miss
So
Jen. I'm gonna take you off right now.
I will
We'll be back
tell
with
you exactly who I am now. I am a 4-time best-selling, award-winning author.
Hit that bell. You better do it, girl.
Right?
You better do it.
Getting ready to put out 2 more books next year.
You better do it.
And I am a life coach, a transformational life coach. So I help people just, from a personal development perspective, get to where they need to be. And I'm also a professional development coach, which means if you're getting ready, if you're on the edge and you want to start a business, you want to open that nonprofit, that you want to, open a ministry or work in a ministry, whatever it is that you were purposed to do, I help you get the clarity and put you on the path to getting that. And that's what a coach is. A coach is just a guide. I
So-
give you a blueprint and you just follow the blueprint and I'll just guide you along.
So, Joan,
Don't do the work for you though.
Don talks a lot about standing in the bleachers, right?
Mm-hmm.
People being in the bleachers and not necessarily being on the field. Joan, from what I hear what you're doing, it sounds like you're on the field. You're not in the bleachers. And as a coach, and I'm talking to both of you
Yeah.
because Don is the coach as well.
Yeah.
Is it possible to be a coach from the bleachers?
No, you can't.
No.
You got to be in the game.
You gotta get in the game.
You got to get in the game, and you got to like be there with your team, be there with your players, and you're the motivation, you're the driving force, you're the push, you're the person that is saying, get up. You
Right.
bruised your knee, but get up and get back in the game.
Right.
You know, and you have to have the fire and the passion, and it's coming across.
Right.
Because,
right.
there is a passion inside of you. And Don, you know this. When you are a coach, it is not about you. It is what you can impart into others to
Absolutely.
make them become the best of who they are.
Absolutely.
And that's what a coach does.
And the coach has to do that, and the coach can't always be nice to you.
No,
Yeah.
Because
no.
sometimes they got to grab you by your helmet,
Yeah,
jerk your head down to eye
absolutely.
level, tell you what you need to know
Yeah.
that has to be done.
Yeah, absolutely.
And welcome, Pastor Elaine Asbury. And JJ said your accent is not Jamaican. JJ, I don't know what. And Pastor Asbury, I trust your travels are well today.
JJ, what does it sound like?
Don't ask JJ. You really don't want to go with. Trust me, this is
He
JJ.
said that accent isn't Jamaican. That is so
man.
funny.
But folks, you have to have a coach because you can't win a game without a coach. I
Can't.
see so many people in their business and financial worlds, they don't have a coach. In fact, the closest they got to a coach was a financial advisor. And that's not even a coach, that's the opposite. That's the competition on the field.
Right.
And they thought that was their coach, and they wonder why they lose financially.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
know, most of them don't even know they're on the field, much
Yeah.
less have a coach. They don't know they're playing the game.
Yeah.
Right.
Just out there stumbling around hoping to win, and 95% of them fail. And that's the problem I have overall.
Right. Yeah. Super shouts
So
out
by all
Tiffany,
means, you got
aka
this
Tiff,
coach.
and Candace. What's going on?
Yeah, hey,
Fatima,
Candace, how
super
are
shouts
you?
out to you as well.
Reverend
And
Hector,
right
how are
now,
you?
We're talking to Ms. Joan Thaxter Random. We're asking her a few questions. She's got an extraordinary conference that's coming up called Victorious You.
Yes.
So I want to
Now,
know.
is this conference for men, women, or what?
Men and
Right,
women.
yeah.
All inclusive.
And in between.
All inclusive.
All inclusive.
Yes. All inclusive.
So I
That's
can be
good
there and
stuff.
bring Roosevelt with me.
Yes.
You can absolutely bring her.
Who's Roosevelt, by the way?
It's his father. That,
Okay.
that, you know what I'm saying? He likes to say, I'm channeling my inner
Inner
Roosevelt.
Roosevelt.
Gotcha,
Since his father has
gotcha,
passed
gotcha.
away. And, you know,
he's-
that's one
Oh,
thing.
you rock.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
it.
But
I'm
nonetheless,
talking about channeling my inner Roosevelt.
You were saying explain, evolve, and elevate.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Excuse me, explore, evolve, and elevate. Explore, evolve, and elevate. Expand on that a
Hang
little
on,
bit.
before you go
Absolutely,
there, let's
yes.
back up for a second.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Tell us where you come from and how you got here. I
Yeah.
want to know about you first. Let's go back a ways.
Wow. Yeah, that's deep. So, I'm Jamaican. Yes, JJ, I really am. Born and raised.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Although I've been in this country for 30 years, but I met a man when I was in Jamaica who promised me the world, and I thought I did believe him. And after 6 months of a romance, I ended up coming to the U.S. and marrying this guy. Well, I found myself in an abusive relationship for 7 years. Physical abuse, verbal abuse, psychological abuse, spiritual abuse. I wasn't allowed to even go to church. And so I lost myself. I lost who I was. I didn't know who Joan was anymore. Every day my existence was based upon how he felt. So if he woke up in a bad mood, then I was afraid. But if he woke up in a great mood, then I was happy. So everything that I did, I walked on eggshells just so I didn't upset him, because who knows where his hand would come from and either punch me in the mouth, punch me in the eye, slap me in the face, kick me down the stairs, whatever it is that he felt like he wanted to do, with his anger. And for those of you who may have experienced domestic violence, the perpetrator always hurts the person closest to them.
Question
Right?
for you, though.
Yes.
When you left Jamaica, he brought you here to the States. I'm assuming there's no other family here to the States, so he had you segregated by yourself.
Absolutely. So I lived
Telltale sign.
I lived in Philadelphia. I had a sister in Florida and a brother in New York. But as time went on, we moved out to the suburbs of New Jersey, where there was it was just crazy. And at one point he disconnected the phone in the house just so I
completely
wouldn't
separated.
Wow.
have any kind of and if I wanted to use the phone, I would have to walk a mile. And I've done that, where I would walk a mile to use the payphone. Back then they had the payphones, and then walk a mile back. Yeah, it was, and there are times he would be so angry that I remember him going to Texas one day and disconnecting the gas right in the midst of the winter. so that we wouldn't be able. Yeah, it was pretty. It was crazy. It was a crazy existence. It was a crazy existence, and a lot of stuff happened in that house. And there were days that I wanted to take my life, and I had resorted to thinking that it was the best way out for my kids and I. And I made the plan to do it. I know exactly what I was going to do to take our lives, but God didn't allow that to happen. And so we ran away with all we could carry in 10 black trash bags. And we went to Florida and stayed with my sister for a while. Things got a little uncomfortable.
You hit that bell for the getaway.
Yeah, things got a little uncomfortable there. No, he didn't know where I was at the time, so he used the scare tactics and said, I'm getting the FBI because you took my daughter, and, the police is coming after you and all of this stuff. But he never did any of that. But it was a scare tactic. And I lived with my sister for about 6 months, and then I had to get out of there because things started to happen in the dynamic of the family with my sister and her 3 sons and her husband and me and my 2 daughters. And we slept on the bottom of a bunk bed, me and my 2 daughters, for about 6 months. And then I was trying my best to get out, to be independent, and I did. I knew I wouldn't be able to sustain it because my job was like, it was $7.50 an hour, but I wanted to get out of that situation. Right. Went, got an apartment, knew I wouldn't be able to pay the rent, but just needed to get out. 3 months after we moved into our apartment, I was evicted, and so I became homeless with myself and my 2 daughters.
Freeze for 1 second. Someone out there listening.
Yeah.
It's in that type of situation of domestics. You've been segregated out. You're by yourself now. The world might not know because you're too embarrassed to tell or say. What advice would you tell that person?
I would say speak to someone. Call someone. There's help. There is the domestic violence hotline. There's people and services in every community, no matter where you live, that can provide help and resources for anyone that's in a problematic situation. The most important thing is to find a way out.
That is the one thing, if you had to redo it all, you'd do differently?
Oh, wow. That's a very good question. I don't know if I would have done anything differently because, I have beautiful daughters, so I would not want to change that. I think what I would have done differently, Don, is realize that I did not know this person that I was moving in with. And you talked about that the prior hour before. I did not know him. I didn't spend enough time, and there was a gut feeling deep inside of me that something was wrong.
And why didn't you listen to your friends and family? Because I know that to tell you.
Yeah, my mom was saying, "You sure you're leaving Jamaica to go to the U.S. and you only met him 6 months ago?" But I just thought I was, I was old enough, to make that move. I believed in my heart what I believed, and not, the knowledge, the maturity wasn't there for me to say, I just wanted to leave Jamaica, really and truly.
Right.
I heard about the land of the milk and honey. I wanted to come here.
Professionally, I know that it is a syndrome. I remember once I went on a domestic call, and it's one of the ones I hate the most. And it's just police officer thing. We don't like getting off late ever. This call came around 5 o'clock in the morning, so I knew I was going to be off late. So I'm already pissed when I get there. So I'm about to get off late. But fine, we'll go do what we got to do, right? So I get there, and the lady's sitting on the steps. She's a little bit bloodied here and there. Because I actually thrown down the steps twice before we got there. So my only question is, where at? Let's go get him.
Yeah.
Her response, I don't want to wake him up.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
What did you expect us to do? Come and hold his hand?
Yeah.
We're going to go him. We're going to get him. We're going to wake him. He's going to wake up.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
As soon as I can get him, I can get off. So we're going to get him.
Yeah.
But we literally had to fuss with her, cajole her, because that syndrome of domestic.
Let me tell you. Can I just tell you?
Absolutely.
It puts you in a place where you don't even know who you are. You blame yourself for everything. You blame yourself for them hitting you. You blame yourself for them being mad at you. I used to look at myself and wonder, am I too fat? Is my hair short enough? Is it long enough? Did I change? I was trying to figure out what could I do differently. What changed from him loving me in Jamaica to me coming to the U.S. and it's like he just flipped.
No, you first met as ambassador, then you met him.
Yeah. You're absolutely right. So I blamed myself. I was trying to figure out what it was about me. This whole time not understanding it had nothing to do with me.
That's correct.
It had nothing to do with me, but with him. But again, maturity had to take place. I had to understand that domestic violence, first of all, a lot of people think domestic violence is a man hitting a woman or a woman hitting a man. Absolutely not. Domestic violence is the act of power and control, one individual over the other. So
Absolutely.
he may not hit you, but he may use, verbal abuse. He may put you down. He may even use intimidation. That's a form of verbal abuse. It might be verbal abuse online. He might say you can't go to church. It might be financial abuse where every money you make, you have to give it to him. So there's a whole range of abuse. Sexual assault is domestic violence. And people try to separate it. It's not separate. It's domestic, meaning it's within the dynamic of the family. It's right in your home.
Right.
That's the whole purpose that's the word, domestic.
Right.
And then violence just run the gamut of anything that somebody uses as power and control to take power over the other person's life.
So, and welcome, Sister
Absolutely.
Michelle. How you doing? So, tell us your journey on the way out of that.
So, as I said, I packed up one night. We had a
And
fight.
let me say this right quick.
Yes,
Let me just
go ahead.
interject because Tiff and I is saying I love her energy.
Oh, thank you.
She
Tiffany.
loves your energy.
Thank
Tiffany.
you. Thank you.
I love it.
appreciate you, sister.
I love
That
it.
means a lot.
So Tiffany, make sure you definitely call in too and get you some
Yeah,
tickets.
yeah.
Shouts out to Cross the River. Make sure y'all call in as well. I
Yeah.
love
What's that call number say?
everybody. I want everybody to be able to have the experience of what Joan is bringing.
Yeah.
980-949-6042 is the call-in number. 980-949-6042 is the call-in number.
yeah.
So that way you'll be able to get closer to Joan.
yeah.
So,
And
tell us
so-
about your journey out.
So, I ended up going to Florida, and ended up homeless on the street with two little girls. And there were times that I thought that I wanted to go back because I felt like I took my children out of the frying pan and into the fire, took them out of one bad situation into another bad situation. And it was my daughter, my oldest daughter, who said, Mom, we can't go back. Because I said, I'm going to call him and see if he'll take us back.
Now, how old were your children there?
My oldest was 11 and my baby was 4.
Cool.
And my daughter said, Mom, we can't go back. We can't. And I said, all right. She said, we will make it work. This is an 11-year-old saying to her mother, who was broken and empty and just like a shell of a person. And my two daughters, Don and said, carried me because my oldest one became my head.
Wow.
Like knowledge, wisdom. She would say, Mom, if you have $20, I know how to make a grocery list so $20 could work for a week. And then my baby was saying, Mom, I would give you love. So it was my head and my heart. And it's the
Wow.
two organs of
Wow.
your body that makes you function, right? If your brain isn't around, then you're like literally dead. And if your heart isn't beating, then you are dead, no
you're
matter
dead. Yeah,
what.
you're
So
The
my
Lord loses all things that are
yes,
available, including
yes,
children.
yes. And so it was my head and my heart. And I'm telling you, these young ladies carried me when I couldn't carry myself. And I went to work and I worked my butt off. $7.50 an hour. And then I got a part-time job at a grocery store making $6.50 an hour. Then I got a job on the weekend. I was putting all my efforts in, and my 11-year-old was taking care of the baby. And I'm telling you, when I went to work, I became a different person because I was able to disconnect from the broken person. And when I went to work, I transformed into this person that is light and energy and this great personality.
And the piece in
You
there,
know?
the people at your job didn't know you were homeless.
Didn't know that I was in my car. Didn't
better
know I
do
was
it, John.
homeless.
You better do
You know
it.
what I mean? And I laid on my belly at night and I just cried out to God. And I'm telling you, I crawled and I scraped and I pushed, but there was this thing inside of me that was innate that just kept pushing me. It just kept pushing me, and it was saying, you can't let these girls down. They've got to see that you are strong. And I kept pushing and I kept
Because
pushing.
you had something to push for.
Yes.
She has something to push for.
Yes.
And not only that, but
Yeah.
this is a big story of trust the process.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When your daughter said that to you, all I heard in that moment was trust the process,
Yeah.
Mom.
Yeah.
Like, know that we're gonna get out of this
Yeah.
situation, and you just keep
They
pushing, keep
believed in
pulling,
me.
keep scratching,
Yeah.
keep striving,
Yeah.
and moving in that direction.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
And then the same job that hired me part-time, $7.50 an hour, I just kept climbing and I kept climbing. And someone saw something in me one day and said to me, you are unique, you are special, and I think you deserve a promotion. And that's where it all happened. This guy took me by the hand, took me to the HR office. I applied for an assistant supervisor, and I got the job. And the skies were the limit. I stayed at that company for 25 years. And when I left, I was a vice president.
Wow.
I climbed the corporate ladder for every rung of that ladder.
Well, that's what people don't understand. When you begin something, first of all, your struggle always begins. That's always going to be there because life makes you determine whether or not you actually want it. That's what the struggle's for.
Yeah.
When you hit that struggle, life gives you a choice of what you're going to do.
Yeah.
You're going to give up and quit or
Yeah.
fight and win.
There you go.
And you decide to fight and win. But the interesting part about fighting and winning is that when you begin that fight to win, there are people out there that are looking for people like you that fight, and they lend a hand down to help them.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
There are people that
Yes.
are looking for someone.
Yes.
They're looking for that little, I call them little nobodies.
Yeah.
One book called little
Yeah.
nobody just said, I'm going to step out and be
Yeah.
somebody.
Yes.
And there are people waiting to help that person
Oh
step
my
to be
God.
somebody.
And I'm
They're
telling you,
always
it's
there.
the most unlikely person because he knew I was struggling because of all my domestic violence situation. My job had a protective thing for me just in case my husband showed up
Yes.
there. So they all knew, and security was always on alert where I was concerned. But this guy took my hand one day and he goes, there's a spark in you. There's something in you, and I'm going to give you a chance. And I cannot forget. Thomas Strand, if you're out there, I love you for taking that chance on me. I'm telling
Yeah.
you.
There you go.
And-
Because we all need that type of support, that unconditional
Mm-hmm.
support,
Yeah.
that real support.
And that one, I just started climbing and I'm like, oh my God. So the reason why I'm doing this conference is because I am passionate that if we, no matter what situation, it may not have been domestic violence, it could be a divorce, it could be loss of a child, it could be loss of parents, it could be a difficult disease that you're going through. Just know that the pain sometimes builds a purpose. And even if you have really difficult setbacks, know that your setback is not permanent. And the thing about setback is it's just allowing you to build character, right? Sometimes your setback is just allowing you to build character to get you prepared for what it is that you're purposed to do.
Yeah, I've heard a setback can be a setup
Yeah.
to
To
do
come
something
back.
greater.
Actually,
Yeah.
take
You know
a
what I
read
mean?
of the book, The Dream Giver by Bruce Wilkinson.
Yes, Bruce Wilkinson. I
If
thought
you
about
haven't read that book, read that. What is it? Man named Ordinary from a town called Familiar where everybody was a nobody. And one day he woke up with a big dream. All the things that we're talking about now, all the areas he encountered while he was trying to go find his big dream, including one character called Champion
Yeah.
that saw this little nobody
Oh,
stand
man,
up
yeah.
and reach out to him because champions
Yes.
actually do
Yeah.
exist. They're
Yes.
real. Read that book if you haven't read it, folks. But the interesting part about it is I'm seeing your transition because now you're champion.
Yeah.
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 You changed
Yeah.
roles in the book.
Yeah.
First champion reached for you.
Yes.
Now you're champion reaching for others.
Yes. Yes.
became champion.
I love that.
And you know what? You know
Fist
what?
bump on
in
that.
thinking about that,
That's
in
amazing.
retrospect to that book, because you
Gotta
think
write
about
that
what
down.
that book expresses. The Dream Giver
The Dream Giver by Bruce Wilkinson.
by Bruce Wilkinson, which is an excellent book. Definitely one of the books that that I was prompted to read through Don, and it was an exponential book. I mean,
Yeah.
I say it all the time that shift happens. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Mind shift happens, energy shift happens, all types of shift happens. You have to be able to shift with it. And that book expresses the shift in having a dream
Yeah.
and not sharing that dream with
Yeah.
everybody. Some things you have to keep sacred.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When you were building your company, Don, and I'm sure when you were building your empire as well, when you both were building these empires and these wonderful kingdoms, there were certain people that y'all couldn't share certain things with.
Yeah.
That's
Because they
correct.
didn't know how
Yeah.
to facilitate the
Yeah.
dreamer. And you
Yes.
have to have people that can facilitate
Oh,
the
man.
dreamer, like your children facilitated
Yeah.
the dreamer.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's
You have a-
highly uncharacteristic for family to be on your back, on your
Right,
side. of
right,
you.
right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes,
that is,
yeah.
that
Right,
is,
right,
that is,
right.
that is,
Yeah.
because it's not a lot of people out there that can honestly say, I run a successful business and
Yeah.
I do it with my family.
I love what you just said because it reminds me of the story of Joseph, and I'm like a real life Joseph. I call myself a modern day Joseph because Joseph had a dream, and because he shared it he was too young, right? And too cocky. So he shared his dream about his brothers going to be bowing down to him. They hated him.
Yes.
Right? So they go, we going to kill him.
And Dad made him a special robe.
Right, and he made a
Yeah.
special robe. So they go, we going to take him out because we ain't going to bow down to this little whippersnapper.
Right, he's younger than us.
Right, and so they took him out, right? And his only brother that saved him was Judah. Judah said, no, let's not kill him. Just like give him away, throw him in the pit, give him to the, those Ishmaelites. So that, and then we just lie and tell the father that we kill an animal, rub the blood in it, and just lied. But Joseph had to, I think the journey for Joseph was God had to get him to a place where he could mature. Because when they threw him in the pit, he was 17. When he started running Pharaoh's army, he was 30. So within that 13 years, he went to prison because of a lie. All of this stuff happened, but God needed him to build character and to see that he could trust him.
That's why that struggle exists.
Yes, that's why
yes.
I'm saying that sometimes when we go through things, it is to test our moral standing, it's to test our character, and it's to test if God can really truly trust us with the purpose and the vision that he has for us.
And I'm glad you brought up that point. When I think about victorious you, I think about all the people that are involved, all the people that are there, not only those that are going to be supporting, but those that helped you to build it, right? That's an extreme level of trust.
Yeah.
Like, you have to trust those individuals. I was looking and I was thinking, I said, well, what's her defining moment? You just expressed several defining moments.
Your defining moment changes as you grow.
Yeah.
It actually changes as your awareness grows. But one point that I'm going to drop back on before we pull off of it is old Zig Ziglar thing. He says, your give up goals you share with everybody. I'm going to give up eating.
Yeah.
I'm going to give up cigarettes.
Yeah,
I'm going to give
yeah,
up
yeah,
alcohol. I'm going to
yeah.
give up wild women.
Yes.
Your give up goals you share with everybody. Your go up goals,
Yeah.
you're very select with who you share them with.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Very select with who you share those
Absolutely.
with.
Yeah.
And JJ says, coming up on hay time, Don. You got to go hit it, JJ. Go hit it.
All right,
I'm going to
JJ,
send
take care,
the crew
man.
out to help you get the 150 pounds of hay. Doc, how you doing? Brother Keith Way, how you doing? Little niece, T-Real, how you doing? And welcome, folks.
What's going on,
Good to
T-Real?
have you. Because you got to remember that, folks. Your give up goals you share with everybody. That holds you accountable. Oh, you said you weren't going to eat today. Why you got that big burger?
Right.
You share those.
Yeah.
But your go up goals, like one of them will rule over you.
Yeah.
Well, it's all fine for you to say that,
Right.
but you ain't going to feel good about it.
Right.
The pigs I
Yeah.
do it. So you have to be careful about who you share that with.
Absolutely.
And Joseph learned that the hard way.
Oh yeah. Oh
Very
yeah.
hard
Oh
way.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
You give
yeah.
them a job and everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now you've blossomed.
Yes.
You've gone from being ordinary, from a town called for me where everybody's a nobody.
Yeah.
And now you're moving to the role of champion, to where you're championing other people to help them
Yes.
become what they're supposed to
Absolutely.
be and making an impact and a difference. Tell us about this event, of your latest event of champion.
Yeah, so Victorious You, my vision, my dream is finally, I'm delivering on October 5th, the baby that I've been pregnant with for 3 years. It's been a long road, but it's
I'm
the...
not the father. You know it right now.
John is not the father.
Right.
Yes.
It's the most appropriate time because I'll be honest with you, Don, and said I really wasn't ready in 2016 or 2017, but where I am today, the growth that I've seen in myself, spiritually, emotionally, psychologically, from a knowledge base, I'm the resident expert in what I do. So I am at the right place now to take others on this journey. And you asked me earlier about explore, evolve, elevate. We first, no matter where you are in life, for you to grow, you've got to be uncomfortable. You can't be in a comfort zone to grow, right?
Absolutely.
And so to grow, you have to first look at yourself and say, what is holding me back from growth anyways? Why am I here? How did I get here? Am I where I really truly need to be? That's the exploration phase. It's almost like identifying yourself again, acknowledging that you have made some mistakes, acknowledging that there were some things that you did that were wrong, and it's okay. Forgive yourself, give yourself grace. But once you explore and identify those things that held you back, then the next thing for you to do is explore, is to evolve into what is new, evolve into the person that you want to be, switch that negative thinking to a positive thinking, switch
what?
that limiting
I like that. I
belief
love it. I love
to, an open belief, a belief that you can do whatever it is once you think it. Switch the mindset from being self-absorbed to being self-confident. So it's just a switch, and it only takes the mind. It takes you telling yourself that you can do this. So a man thinketh, so is he.
And even
Right?
if you don't believe it, just say it and you will believe it.
Yeah.
If
You
you
know
don't
what?
The
believe it,
affirmation,
just
say
say
that.
it, and you
Yes,
will believe it.
that's what I
Just
call
say it.
affirmations,
Absolutely.
man.
Absolutely.
And stop talking negatively about yourself. I am fat. I don't like how I look. Okay, so what? Do something
Do
about
something
it.
about it. You know, and I also like
do
the fact
something about
of
it.
the first half of that when you said explore. The first thing that came to my mind when I'm exploring, if I'm out and I'm doing real exploration,
You're searching,
I'm,
right?
I'm searching
Yeah.
and I'm dealing with the real environment.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Deal with your real environment. Don't create some false environment and try to deal with that environment,
Right.
because then you're not getting to your issue.
right,
You understand what I'm
right,
saying?
yeah.
Deal with your real environment. I can't go out here and climb a mountain and not deal with the real
Yes,
rocks.
yeah.
I can't go out and do that
And
and not
then
deal
that's
with the real dirt.
dealing the rocks and the dirt and all that stuff that you have to go through. That's the exploration phase.
Absolutely.
And then once you get that and you know, all right, I'm going to need a harness. I'm going to need a certain kind of shoes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to need some water. I'm going to need a backpack to climb this mountain. Then you're evolving,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because you're changing who you are. You're getting ready.
And it's your change.
And it's your change.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you are there, then you elevate. Elevate is growth. Right?
Absolutely.
You can't do the same thing all the time and expect change, right?
Right.
You have to make a difference. You have to make a change in everything you do. And I love changes. I love spring. For me, spring means freshness. Spring means growth. And that's what I feel like being uncomfortable is really spring. Telling yourself that you need a change is really springing into newness. So
Now we've got about 3 minutes left. Tell us how we can get registered. I've got 3 names already. Tell us who won some tickets.
Woo. All right, so you can register by going to joantrandall.com. Here's the thing, guys.
Spell it out for 'em.
We have been sold out of VIP tickets for the last 3 weeks, right?
Yes.
Not VIP. Yeah, VIP
Yeah,
day.
VIP, yeah,
the
you
VIP
sold out,
day
yeah.
is Friday. We sold out 3 weeks ago. But I'm bringing speakers from all over the country to pour into you, and whatever it is, wherever you want to grow to, that's what our speakers are going to be pouring into you. They're coming from California, Alabama. I mean, you name it. They're coming here to pour into you. So I'm bringing you a ton of people with knowledge, wisdom, community, access, right? Access. But you have to be in the room with a seat at the table
You gotta
to be
show up.
able.
That's
right.
right.
You
gotta
have to show up. You can't sit behind your computer and think that you're going to grow. No,
Right.
ma'am. No, sir. You've
Right.
got to show up. You've got to be brushing shoulders and elbows with people in the room to get access. So, JoanTRandall.com/events. Or even if you just go to JoanTRandall.com, you'll see it there, Victorious Youth Conference. Click on the button. I am giving you, so I'm going to give away some free tickets today, but if your name isn't called for one of the free tickets, there's a 50% off ticket price. So if you type in VYCON 50 off,
You better do it, Joan.
VYCON 50OFF, and I know I have some people on my line. Some of my ambassadors are here. If you can just drop that in the chat box, VYCON 50 off, you get 50% off the general ticket. Right? It's $96. It's an investment in you. You can change your narrative between now and the beginning of the year.
Absolutely.
Put some implementable steps and actions in place starting Monday
I like
to
that.
change the narrative
That's
of your
right.
life.
Don't just talk about it, be about it.
Be about it.
Do what you got to do
Yes.
to get there. And I'm telling you right now, for those individuals that have tickets, y'all are definitely going to be in the building for something exponential. And those that don't, make sure you get your tickets today. Make sure you get them right now and definitely get yourself together.
I'm going to give all of them.
Oh, she has done well, folks. She says she's giving all of y'all. So Doreen, Monique, Jen, all 3 of y'all got tickets.
Awesome.
For
So you
Saturday.
can-
Yay! Woo, woo,
And
woo!
Doc says type it out. So we'll type it out on the wall before I close things down. We'll get that done because I can't type and talk at the same time. I figure that does not happen. I promise you. So I will type it out for you folks. But we'll get that done. Joan, it has been absolutely an honor meeting you.
Thank you so
A
much.
pleasure meeting you.
Thank you so
Said
much.
because it's always a pleasure having you.
Absolutely, and I'm always grateful that you have me in the building, Don. Thanks so much. Make sure you all get the money facts that you can trust. www.iconofsuccess.com on www.takinoverradio.com. Make sure you are getting all of that information.
Thank you all for joining.
Joan, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you.
We love you.
We love you.
Just
I love
because
you.
of the
I always
energy,
say we.
You know what I'm saying? And that's
we
not
love
a term
all
I
of you.
use loosely.
Yeah.
I definitely am an energy person. You know what I mean? And I love the energy that you provided today.
Thank you.
Whatever we can do to support, please let
I
us know.
appreciate
Well,
that.
I'm a handcuff person. When I want you back on pictures, some handcuffs.
Yes,
bring you back,
yes,
just so you know
yes.
this.
Give me the handcuffs.
Just know this. Folks, we're back again tomorrow. Same bad time, same bad station. The Money Team, the Money Said, the Money Joan. We're out.
We're out.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
All right, good people. So we got to get
Bye,
pictures
guys.
before Joan
Thank you
get
for
up outta here.
joining.
I really appreciate y'all tuning
Thanks,
in today.
Lexi.
It's been
Thanks,
a great
Violet.
show.
Hey,
Make sure you
Cousin
get those
Sandy.
tickets, too.
Hey, Tanya. Thank you for joining. Dylan. Thank you, guys.
It's going to be something incredible. I guarantee you.